We get all wrapped up in trying to target a number on a budget and say, well, the goal is to balance the budget. No, that's not the goal. The goal is to balance the economy. The goal is to get an economy that's operating at its full capacity, full employment, and price stability, near price stability, low inflation rates. Those are the proper goals. And you use the budget. It's just a tool to allow you to achieve those macroeconomic goals. The budget should not be the end in and of itself.
Now, the US government and some European governments like Spain and Italy are working with some pretty massive deficits. So how do they manage to continue to run their economies in the face of such enormous interest repayments?
Well, they're not running them very well, and they're in a completely different situation. I mean, these countries in the Eurozone, they gave up the ability to do exactly the kind of thing that I was just describing, which is to, use your budget, your power to adjust those levers to achieve full employment. These countries in the Eurozone gave up that power. They gave up that policy freedom when they adopted the euro. And so they're effectively working with a foreign currency. And the rules of the game are completely different for those countries because they're borrowing and spending in a currency that they don't issue. And that makes them fundamentally different from a country like Australia or like the United States or the UK. So they don't have this policy space available to them. And when the economy is weak and a bigger budget deficit is justified, you can find them having great difficulty raising the revenue that is needed to spend the money into the economy to boost demand and employment. And so this is the kind of thing we saw, in the periphery with interest rates rising because, of course, if you don't control your own currency and you really are dependent on financial markets to lend you the euro because it doesn't come from you, then these guys are looking at these countries and saying, yeah, I'll lend you the euro, but I'm going to have a huge premium to guard against the risk that you're going to default on this debt. And so interest rates go up and you get the sort of, debt sustainability problems that we saw in Greece. But that's not the kind of thing that's going to happen in a country like Australia. You all have your own currency, and so you're not subject to the whims of the bond markets, vigilantes, the rising interest rates. You set your own interest rate, you spend, and you tax in your own currency, and it really is a game-changing difference.